All the students, welcome to Global Online, and here we are back with our NTA UGC Net Paper 1 2022 batch. In this session is first of all very important because in this session we are going to talk about important and to be revised topics of teaching aptitude for August 2022. See, the analysis is going of all the shifts papers, and based on those analysis we are making the video for your benefit, so that out of this particular videos you don't have to go anywhere. Just with the help of these videos you will quickly revise the topics, and these topics will be not left out by you for your upcoming examination. The only thing you have to do is that sit calm, have a paper with you, make important notes so that you can revise this before the day of examination also. Apart from that, Global Online, so before we go that ahead, Global Online has a quick revision PDF for paper 1. So these PDF consist of 2000 plus MCQs, which is comprising of expected questions, most important questions, previous year questions, which are a part of your examination, and this will definitely be a benefit for you. Plus we have an updated MCQs, we have current affairs MCQs, we have previous year questions MCQs, and the most repeated MCQs. Now this is available at a cost of $5.99. You can get in touch with the WhatsApp number given below so that you can have the best platform and the best platform to study your to go for your a cycle for 2022, and that also with complete confidence. Next we have is a crash course also is available at Global Online, which is consisting of daily live lecture notes on all the topics, last 10-year question papers, test series consisting of 2500 questions, which you can download from Global Online app, or it is also available on the WhatsApp number which is given over here. The fees for same is 3500. Right now 30% discount is going on, so the fees is 2450. This is the fees which is applicable, so you can get in touch with us and try to get this course, and in 30 days you can wind up this particular syllabus also. At the same time, we have paper 2 notes and MCQs available, which is basically for the given subjects. Now this also, the subjects for your paper 2 are listed on the screen. You can get this in fees of rupees 1500, but here also we are having 30% discount, so the fees for the same is 1050. You can get in touch with us with the given WhatsApp number in order to get this facility. So now let's start the session, and ensure that you are watching this session till end, because here a lot of important topics you are going to revise, and you don't have to depend on anything if you just watch this video very carefully. That is for your paper 1 preparation for teaching aptitude. So total questions from teaching aptitude are 5 basically, but some cycle there are 7 to 8 questions were also seen. There were 6 questions also seen. There were 5 questions also seen. So you can see that the unit has an important weightage. So you need to accordingly prepare for the same. So yes. So now teaching aptitude, what is the syllabus? If you see, this is the first thing which I have told you earlier also. It's not now on the cycle. Whenever I started teaching my lectures, that time I have marked this highlighting point. That is levels of teaching. I told it was important. Offline, online methods, including Swayam Prabha, Swayam and MOOCs. I also told you evaluation was important. And now one more thing in this cycle, that is learner teacher support material and teacher and learner centered methods. So these 2 topics they have given more importance to. So let's now quickly have a revision. Just ensure that you are very much concentrative, attentive, so that in one go your entire revision will be done. Okay. So yes. So first, talking about the levels. So you have 3 levels. We have been doing this. We are going to do today in more detail, but let's first start with this diagram. So we have memory level, understanding level, reflective level. Memory level, which was brought by Herbert. Then you have understanding level, which was brought by Morrison. And then you have your next is your reflective level, which was brought by Hunt. So memory level, which is based on rote memorization. Understanding level is for mastery of the subjects. Reflective level is to understand the knowledge and research skills in order to solve the problems of the life. Memory level, that is thoughtless. Understanding level brings thoughtfulness. Reflective level bring highly thoughtfulness. Memory level, which is based on oral and written test. Understanding level, which is based on comprehensive essay. Reflective level, that is essay type of questions, which is basically on critical and creative skills. Memory level is, lower class. Understanding level is up with the middle class, and reflective level is for the higher class students. Memory level, it indicates authoritarian and dominant attitude. Understanding level, permissive role. Reflective level, democratic role. Memory level talks about teacher-centered method. Understanding levels also are teacher-centered, and reflective level, learner-centered. Now this this particular concept we have revised very well. But I am going to go in detail because this level is, again, it's important topic. So we need to little bit go in deep and understand. So memory level, when we talk, it is a thoughtless level, which is more on based on the mental ability, and which is basically, which is considered as the lowest level of teaching, which goes with the thinking ability, which helps the student to cram their facts, information, formulas, and laws. Teaching is nothing but learning the subject method by rote learning is very, very important. The teacher role is prominent over here, and student plays a secondary role. The study material is organized and pre-planned, whereas teacher presents the study material in a sequential order. So this is very, 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 very important, even if the question comes in the form of, assertion and reasoning. Merits of memory level, yes, it is useful for lower classes in order to, because useful in order to ensure that their intellectual is, developing, though it is a rote form, but it is developing. It is the first level, and it helps to plan the things accordingly. It is basically, knowledge is acquired in the form of, sorry, extremely sorry. So here the knowledge is acquired for the future, when the students intelligence and thinking is to be developed. So this is the base, and we can go with the base. Memory level acts as the first step of understanding and reflective level, so it is prerequisite, so you can't avoid it and go. So it is one of the prerequisites. Demerits is that this does not contribute to the development of students' capabilities. Since this level learns by rote, so it does not help them in understanding the situations of real life. The pupils are kept in strict discipline and cramming, and intelligence does not carry any importance in this types of teaching, and it lacks motivation. Understanding level, it is basically here your meaning is it's important in order to grasp the idea of the content, that is the teaching material. So this is basically it is understanding is based on what these three things, and these three things are very, very important. That is seeing the total use of facts, seeing the relationship, and a generalized insight. This is very, very important when it comes to understanding level. The teaching at the understanding level is of higher quality than the one at the memory level. So yes, when you talk about the thinking or understanding, so here it is at one step higher quality. It is more useful and thoughtful from the viewpoint of mental abilities. At this level, the teacher explains the student about the relationship between principles and fact, and teach these principles how they can be applied. Memory level is it barrier, whereas this particular the barrier of memory level is crossed by this understanding level. Then merits, yes, it helps in thinking abilities. It forms the base for reflective learning, no doubt. It is sequential, yes. It is. It helps in new knowledge. It does not help the students to learn by rote, but by understanding. When we go at this demerits, it is subject centered. Okay, there is no interaction between teacher and student, and this type of teaching is masteries. That is, this type of teaching helps in mastery by emphasizing more on the thinking ability or understanding ability. So reflective level, now it is most thoughtful. It is the level which comes at highest point. It helps to understand and solve the problems. It helps the student to understand, to face the real problem and how to overcome this critical abilities. It helps to find out the solution by defining a problem, okay, by creatively thinking and overcoming the drawbacks which are there in the understanding and memory level. Talent and capabilities are given a scope. The role of the student is quite active, which is missed in memory level and understanding level, and it is the problem centered. That is, it is helps in the building the strong imagination for reflective level. Merits, yes, it is not teacher centered, not subject centered. This is learner centered. Interaction is there. Okay, it is one of the highest level, and it is useful. It is highly thoughtful and useful. So demerits of reflective level is that maturity, it is not suitable for the students at a small age. It has to be it's very important that this particular students cannot, I mean to say, the study material is neither organized nor pre-planned. So the student cannot acquire that systematicness in the study material, you can say, or in the form of learning. So that can be missed over here. Yes, now, yes, teacher centered and learner centered. So this also, the question is focused in the cycle. This coming cycle, it will be definitely focused. So teacher centered conventional method, it is teachers are active, learners are passive. There is less flexibility in this method. There are no group activities at all. It's one-way communication. Lecture happens with the teaching happens with the form of lecture, team teaching, and PPT. Whereas in learner-centered method, it is modern. The focus is on the students as well as teachers, active learners. Great amount of flexibility is there. Group activities are encouraged. Multiple channel flow. There is a multiple channel flow of communication. Tutorial, assignment, project work takes a part of what? It takes a part of learner-centered method. So here, maybe, you can get it in the form of sentences. Maybe you can get it in the form of assertion, or maybe you can get a direct questions. Now see, in this cycle, it was seen that there are no direct questions or there are no difficult questions. So little bit of moderate questions were seen. So you have to read the questions very carefully. That was the one thing which I'm giving a lot of importance from day one. So your reading of the question very well should go properly. Then yes, we have types of evaluation also. So evaluation, wherein we have based on functions, approaches, and interpretation. So functions is like placement and diagnostic. So placement, this is about pre-placement, which is developed in order to understand the student's skill or student's capability. Formative, if summative, normed, and criterion, we will do. Diagnostic, it is to understand the problem and to go to the root cause and come up with a solution. Formative evaluation is to help the students learn and practice. Summative is to assess. So this is ongoing, you can say, and this is at the end. Okay, so throughout the course, you can say formative. Summative, it is done at the end of the course. Formative evaluation helps to understand the gaps and improves those gaps, whereas summative evaluation is basically in order to understand the student knowledge and proficiency and skills. Formative evaluation, it is via approaches with specific students need, whereas summative evaluation is basically a cumulative assessment which comes with the help of learning. So both of them have their own importance, but yes, there are questions seen on formative and summative. So a little bit more specific. Formative evaluation, as I said, it is a process during the learning, whereas summative is at the end. Formative aims at monitoring the student learning, whereas summative helps to evaluate the student. Formative provides feedback to the student, whereas summative have a specific, it helps to students to get a specific score or a result. Many may occur several times during a course of a unit, that is formative, whereas summative, it can come few times only during the academic year. You can be use a wide range of question formats, whereas here the limited range of it is much subjective, you can tell, and this is much objective. Then we have norm reference. Under norms reference, a student's test, a student's norm reference test test compares a student's performance against the peers. A comparison is done, whereas here the student is compared with a predetermined standard, a standard which is in the form of cutoff or other criterias. So in criterion reference, the performance of the students does not affect a student's scores. It is only with the help of a particular benchmark. Then we have continuous evaluation, comprehensive and continuous. It is a combination of formative as well as summative, you can say. Okay, so it basically aims at, diagnosis and to find out the remedy. This is most important thing of evaluation, and it is done on the continuous basis. Yes. Then we have next is your Swayam and Swayam Prabha. Important topics or question it is. Your questions are coming from this also. So it was formed by Ministry of Human Resource Development and AICT, basically with three principles, that is accessibility, equity, and quality. These principles are of higher education also. Started in 9th July 2017 with a digital educational channel, that is Swayam Prabha, which has 34 direct home to channels, that is 34 DTH direct to home channels. Is also is a it Swayam is a massive open online courses initiative. The full form of MOOCs was also seen, and it hosts the courses from 9th to post graduation level. So let's see, the objectives. As I said, there were questions in this cycle, July cycle, with the respect to objectives also. So yes, it is basically, it includes best, it is best available for learning. It helps to bridge the gap between the digital divide, when students who do not have the digital experience with the knowledge, so that gap has been reduced with Swayam. Swayam has, graduate, that is, the course is from 9 till post graduation. It has 4 quadrants. We are going to learn this quadrants, that is assessment, e-tutorial, e-content, and discussion. Okay, these 4 quadrants, question was there on 4 quadrants also. Then the courses available are from engineering, science, management, humanities, mathematics, commerce, arts, library, education, which are free of cost. In case if you want to obtain a certificate, a nominal amount of registration is paid, which will help you to give the credits, which are, was started by UGC from 2016. So this credits can be transferred on academic record if a student is pursuing this certification. Then we have the next is Swayam quadrant. So yes, quadrant 1 is e-tutorial, that is video and audio content. Quadrant 2 is the content, e-content in the form of PDF, text, or ebooks. Quadrant 3 is basically, it is like the web resources which are available. And quadrant 4 is a self-assessment in the form of MCQs, quiz, questions, assignments. Then coordinators, now very, very important. There are 9 coordinators of Swayam. So you should be, I have given all the details over here. You should be very confirmed with their names and what exactly they are meant for. So AICT, NEPTIL, UGC, CEC, NCRT, NIOS, IGNU, IMB, that is Institute of Management Bangalore, and NITTTR. You have what is the full form, what they are meant for is given. So questions are not seen yet, but still now Swayam is given importance, so you should be prepared for that. Swayam full form, that is, I just gave the entire slide in the form of, slide presentation, theory and slide. So whichever is easier, you can go with that. So study webs of active learning for young aspiring mind. You have the principles over here. You have the objectives also over here. And yes, the courses from which to which standard certification also you have, and you have the I mean to say the courses which are available with Swayam, that is given over here. Then we had the next topic, that is Swayam Prabha. So 34th channel, which is 24/7, which is with the help of GSAT, that is geostationary satellite. Objectives are equal access, school education, higher education, live classes, curriculum based courses, and competitive preparation. These are the objectives of Swayam Prabha. So yes, the content is repeated at least 5 to 6 times, 4 hours a day. It allows, the students to choose the time as per the convenience, which are uplink from BSAC, that is Gandhinagar, which I have given you the full form also, Bhaskaracharya Institute for Space Application and Geoformatics. The content is provided by NEPTIL, IITs, UGC, CEC, IGNU, NCRT, and NIOS. It is the InfluMNet Center maintains the web portal, that is Information and Library Network, and the curriculum is based for postgraduate as well as undergraduate level. Disciplines are science, commerce, arts, humanity, law, medicine, agriculture. So be careful about this discipline. There can be an odd man out which you have to select. So just be careful for that. Okay. Then MOOCs, yes, massive online, open online course. It's a platform which for, which provides unlimited number of students worldwide with the best institutes, and it was started in 2008, but it gained popularity in 2012. NEPTIL, that is Indian Institute of Technology and Institute of Science, offer the online courses with this platform. No registration fee or it is required. It is completely free of cost. Yes, now this is very important. This topic has been seen. So I've taken a revision of this methods. So teacher-centered, learner-centered, focused content, and interactive. So we have the lecture method. So the lecture method, which helps, a formal or semi-formal way of presenting the facts, principles. Discussion method, it's a discussion technique in order to provide the objective. Program method, like a self-instruction method, which will help to improve, the classroom learning, presenting the most difficult subjects in easy form. Assignment method, which will help to assign reading of books, periodicals, research papers, or exercise for practice. Then we have seminar method. It's like a tutorial method. Demonstration method, it is basically to demonstrate the skills operations. Buzz method, which is to express ideas, opinions, and thinking. Role play, which is basically for, improving techniques, examining the complexity, and to consolidate different lessons. And peer teaching, it is basically to ensure that, the strategies are meant to understand the subject knowledge, to give more experience about the subject. So these you should be prepared, because some questions are seen on this method. So be careful with that, so that you're revising very well. Okay. And yes, here I just wanted to, touch on this point. We have done this, but still two types of teaching. So it is direct and experiential approach. So when we talk about direct, it indicates, demonstrative, expository, and deductive method. So direct teaching is a step-by-step, lesson-by-lesson approach, which is scripted with, a predetermined skill acquisition. Exploratory method, that is inductive, exploratory, reflective, constructive, problem solving, laboratory, inquiry, and metacognition. So this is a process which is, where the steps are carried out in order to engage and motivate the students in the classroom. We also have remedial teaching strategy. So remedial teaching strategy is nothing but like a diagnostic testing, which helps, to find out the remedy and also to come up with the diagnosis, that is to overcome the difficulties. So that can be done in the form of class teaching, group tutorial, individual tutorial, supervised tutorial, auto instructional, and informal teaching. So you should be aware of remedial teaching strategy also. There can be a question. So that's all for the day. Now this particular video in one go, you should be able to keep these points in mind. Tomorrow I'll be coming up with the important topics of research aptitude also. Thank you, everyone.